Hey, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining me. So it's Friday. Well done. You survived another week. And today I want to do a meditation that will give you a really great focus to get you through the rest of the day so that you can power through any work that you have remaining so you can enjoy your weekend. And one thing that with most meditations, you'll find that just following the breath is really quite difficult because it's kind of passive. You're just watching something that is very gentle and very subtle. One way that we can make it a little bit easier to follow the breath is to give the breath a sound. So normally we make our breathing as gentle as we can so that we can literally start to transcend the body. But today, what I want you to do is just restrict your throat ever so slightly so that it actually makes a sound. So as you're breathing, you'll just actually hear the air moving through your throat. And as you go in deeper into the meditation, you're just going to allow it to release to the point where you can barely hear the sound, but there's still a sound there. And that will just give you superior focus because it gives you that extra little element to concentrate on. So let's get started and we'll get you off to work. All right, so sit nice and comfortably, make yourself nice and tall, and just gently close your eyes. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. And I want you to just feel that sensation of your feet pressing into the carpet or in your shoes, or if you have wood floors, just feel your feet on the floor. And then moving up to your calf muscles, just feel them hanging on the back of your leg. Just feel for that little tingle right behind your knee as the muscle relaxes. And then moving up to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just allow those big muscles to relax. If you're not sitting in perfect balance, those muscles will engage to keep you in one spot. So just allow them to relax. And if you feel like the rest of your body needs to move, just readjust your posture until you can relax those muscles without them wanting to go somewhere. You should feel yourself just melting into your seat cushion. And then moving onto your lower back, your hips, and your pelvis. Make sure your pelvis is tipped forward ever so slightly so that it keeps your spine upright and straight. And then moving on up to your upper back and your shoulders. Just allow them to relax. Feel the weight of them pulling down as you release the muscles. If you have your hands resting in your lap, you should feel a little bit more pressure from your hands as your shoulders release. And then moving on up to your neck. Just imagine that there's a really warm beanbag just resting across your shoulders, just soothing those muscles, just allowing them to melt. Make sure your head is perfectly balanced on top of your shoulders. Give it a little wiggle, just roll it around in a little circle if you need to, and then come back to that center point. If it's perfectly above your neck and above your hips, then your spine doesn't require any muscle power in your core to hold it there. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Release all the tension. Make sure you're not squinting or frowning. And just relax your face. Now just turn your attention to your breathing for a moment. And just feel how gentle it is. Just start to notice that rhythm as you breathe in. Get to that still point right at the top of your breath. And then gently breathe out again. Just really allow yourself to be drawn into that rhythm, that endless cycle of gently breathing in, pausing, and then gently breathing out again. Now, what I want you to do is just restrict your throat ever so slightly. So just start to clench the muscles in your throat until you start to hear a noise as you breathe. You should just make a little wispy sound as you breathe in and out. And I want you to concentrate so much on that muscle tension because I want you to ease off the muscle to the point where it barely makes a noise, but there is still a noise that you can follow. And I want you to just do that now for 5 minutes, all on your own. Just concentrate on just modulating that muscle so it just makes a noise, but not enough that it's really restrictive. And if a thought comes into your head, if you start worrying about what you have to do, or if you start getting anxious about what you have to do today, then just relax, come back to your breathing. You already gave yourself permission to be here this morning, and you already set aside the 10 minutes to do that. So go right ahead, and if a thought pops into your head, just come right back to noticing that sound of the air moving in your throat. So that's the end of our 5 minutes. Before you open your eyes, just release your throat and relax again. Take a few breaths and just notice how gentle your breathing has become. Step inside your body and just feel how wonderful your entire body feels right now. Just that 5 minutes of concentration and focusing on your breathing got rid of all the stress, quietened your mind, and hopefully that translates into a calm and peaceful day. Whenever you notice your mind starting to get a little frantic or you start to get a little anxious, just take one breath and just release all of that tension before it even builds in your body. All right, so that's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful day, and if you're not joining me this evening for relaxation, then have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, bright and early Monday morning, 7 a.m. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye.